Well, alright. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to my amazing show. Once again, I'm your host, the great and mighty Mr. Perez, and today I'll be playing some more Disco Elysium, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. So we had quite the experience last time. Yeah. A lot happened in the last stream. I do feel as though we're getting pretty close to the end of the game, so...
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one
Ooh,
punch.
yeah.
The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
Better late than never, huh?
I guess so. Well, you found that one piece you're after, anyway.
Damn right, I'm gonna enjoy it. Okay, well, yeah. Let's go to the bedroom. She left something on the table.
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in large,
See.
I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
A gift?
What could this gift
I
be?
am not drawing my gun, yet.
He says he's not, but his hand moves instinctively toward his holster as he studies.
Seems she left in a
It's
hurry.
hardly surprising.
You look at her rough, jagged handwriting.
It's focused. I think I already looted this.
The medicine pity.
We gotta clean this out.
I always took you for more of a drunk than a chemist.
Red thread? Hey, wait a minute.
You see the same two neon-lit shapes.
It's the
A
shot
man and a
trajectory.
woman. Only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
You rebounds
A ray
instantly.
of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside.
What does it
It
lead?
suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof. B triple prime,
Triple prime.
the island in the bay.
You trying to tell us the shot came from the islet?
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point.
How does she know how to do
She
this?
was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass.
She had a long time to think about it after, standing
Yeah,
on
she
that
did.
roof, staring at the glass.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her?
You know, she could possibly have been lying to us. I mean, she definitely probably lied about some parts. But she did also do this, so I guess she's sorry.
I find that hard to believe. But at this point...
But this is also one of the few places in Montenegro we haven't been
So
to.
it is.
For a second he seems tired.
Maybe we need to go to the island.
The lead is flimsy. You might as well go around Martinez looking under every rock and talking to every person. But what else is there?
What else is
Not a
there?
lot, no.
Well, I'm going to that island. Are you in?
Of course. I mean, how do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone.
Ah, Liline, the net picker. She's towing her boat.
Yes, of course. The village.
Yeah. That's likely where the shot came from, but I still want to check out those other areas. Anyway, let's unlock that.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned
did.
it for you.
Thank you. Big
You're
improvement.
welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment and its clientele from gunfire.
Yeah,
I
I
give
did do
credit
that.
where credit is due, and that, sir, was a nice shot. I was watching until you hit him. Crawled inside then. Bullets started flying. Anyway, I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This
Yeah.
establishment supports cops.
Oh, that's
The
so
stay
nice.
is free, the drinks are not. It just felt I needed to specify that.
Yeah. Now I could burn all this money.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, where did
people
everyone
don't
go?
tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business.
So Elena and Morel still in town?
Ah, them. Nice people. But no. Lena said they were going back to Jamrock.
Oh, that's
I
good.
saw them pass
Good for them.
by outside. This was before the fight started. I'm glad she got out of here before all that. Bullets flying and stuff. People inside were quite terrified, you know. I had to take action and step outside too.
Yeah, that was for the best.
Yes, you know. And I went outside and took care of it. Everybody calmed down. Felt like the right thing to do.
He's almost completely forgotten what this began with.
Oh yeah, I have to mention this. You were right out there.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. That's because I'm a bad ass.
If you say that's two different words like that, it sounds like there's something wrong with your
Yeah,
ass.
well, fuck you too then. You have any more questions or?
He's not too offended.
No
Alright, thanks.
problem. They'll come back.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous.
Hi.
So what brings you here?
I'm thinking about the musklets I came to
Oh, yes,
investigate.
let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions.
What'd you tell
Nothing.
him?
That I didn't see anything.
And he
Why
believed you.
shouldn't he?
Did you tell him about your
What
friend?
friend?
Your Sunday friend, the
No.
witness.
I don't think it came up.
What did he look like?
Muscular, handsome, strong.
he alone?
Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece.
What was he
Just
saying?
reporting back whatever I was telling him.
Did he have any other
Let
identifying
me
traits?
think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not
Ah,
fake,
thanks.
sure. Anything
What are you
light in
doing
the
here?
atmosphere. What about you, officer?
I'm here to kick some ass and solve the case I'm
Well,
working on.
Here's to you.
Oh, I met your Sunday
You
friend.
did. And how did you like him?
Oh, I didn't like him as much as I liked
Oh,
you.
shoot. Why not?
Who
A
is he?
visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. To his
Done well.
opportunities in Occident, Sir Leclerc. Still. Or is it just money?
What are
friends,
you?
I told you. Sunday friends.
And what does that mean?
That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess.
I see. Is that even a
It
friend?
is. On
Why is he
Sundays.
staying at your
He has
place?
keys. And he likes the view.
Anyway, I want to talk about you.
Bye-bye,
But before we
gendarme.
do that, let's save.
Hi again, gendarme.
Could he be a member of the homosexual underground?
That's what that led to? Okay.
Just pointing it out. We're not talking about some kind of cult with members here. You made it up.
You thought... What happens if I
The
ask?
homosexual underground? Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate?
Yeah, I want to
Oh,
know.
it's a pleasure group. A Sabrosa pleasure group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday
what about
or
Thursday night?
Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating
Well,
doesn't
why do you
even-
convene?
Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around.
Does it have anything to
Surreal.
do with disco?
Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. We are going to change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing.
Maybe I
You
should get
can't
into
just
it.
Get into it. You have to be born into it. One is either already in the homosexual movement.
What if I can't remember?
Beautiful. Beautiful. I have to say that you do look like someone who might be part of the underground. You have that very distinctive, I can't understand what's going on.
have to think about it.
officer. Absolutely wonderful.
A man like you,
Bye-bye, gendarme.
seeing you approach.
Crazy motherfucker.
Damn right.
Didn't think you had that fury in you. But I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately.
I guess you have.
That was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fucks did not expect that.
Yeah, he respects me now. That's good.
I guess what I'm trying to say here is, thank you for intervening, fellas. That was mighty brave of you.
Oh, I'm just doing my job.
Cheers anyway, Copper.
I'm sorry about the people you
Theo
lost.
was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed.
Yeah, I can't either.
But Angus, he was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into. Trusted me. Still, the balls on that kid. Went down fighting for someone else's shit like a fat, angry bear.
Good on him.
Here it comes. The last one is the worst one.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I'd love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But what do you do? This job is shit.
Good people.
Well, yeah. Memento mori. Right.
Right.
Memento mori, or remember that you must die, is a slogan various religious orders have thrown around since the dawn of man.
Totally.
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to...
Or you might die of a heart failure.
Hey. Fuck you for ruining a
What's
beautiful
gonna happen to
lady.
the Hardie
I
boys?
guess I'll take a closer look at our... Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows. And maybe one...
He's right. The numbers are replaceable.
What should I do
Judging
now?
by the side of you, I'd say...
Yeah. Go pay Monica a visit in Janrock. She's got a knack for making memories.
Hell, you both look like...
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression milkers.
They are the milkers, yeah.
You're welcome, Bina Claude. You're all right in my book.
You know what happened to
Don't
Clash?
know? Don't care. I'll be glad if I never see that fucking woman again.
He
Got it.
nods and takes another sip of whiskey.
Bye,
Take
folks.
care, coppers. You two look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice.
Copo Loco. And normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Shamrock.
Yeah, Kim's
Stars
definitely normal.
made the best tattoos.
Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step into that line of fire, but you did.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back,
And Titus Hardie himself would make a good officer. That man was
And
born
the
to
RCM
lead.
could really use a man like you.
I will, Capo. That's a promise.
Pull one
Next
out for
week.
social democracy?
It's the Hardie boys.
Take it easy on the drink. The danger has not passed. This town needs you on your feet.
Good point, Bino Claude. We'll keep...
Well, have fun.
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That
And?
notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Clausia. It was nice and Ruby-centric in the end.
What do you
Anything
mean?
struck you a bit off about this mishmash?
What towards the pinball workshop didn't fit
No,
with the odd souls?
They didn't.
Well, it could have come from anywhere on the coast.
Absolutely. It could have come from anywhere, but you're suddenly so certain it came from the roof behind the window.
No one mentioned hearing the
Notice how
shot.
this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardie and his... That's right. Don't listen to this guy. The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil.
It's like French.
This was Cindy the Skull.
It's like Cindy finally found the words for a
The
masterpiece.
lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Looks like it. Yes. This is still fresh.
I smell
Sweat
heavy
and
fuel
blood.
oil.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable?
Step
The
back.
fuel oil catches fire immediately with a low
Ooh.
hiss, a bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering. The falling snow turns turns to vapor above the burning message, mingling.
Disco
with the
Elysium.
lieutenant has taken us.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the
Oh yeah, my
coach,
thought.
physical instrument. Wait, how did you know all those hammer throw techniques? How do you know how to hold a disc?
Alright,
Officer, actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same.
where's Renee?
The brick is gone.
He is trying to retain his jolly facade.
Oh, may he rest in
Yes.
peace. What do you know?
Everything, really.
Teacup? Oh, inside,
should ask.
you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
We've been attacked.
something is wrong. No reply.
It's been this way for a while now. It only happens when someone mentions the attack. The rest is unaffected.
Isn't it
No more
dangerous?
dangerous. I don't like it either. You can try code.
Everything's set in the cabin.
This is Precinct 57. Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
Some people think I'm a Laputa Madres Peone. Do you think I'm corrupted?
10-4, sir. Well, there has been some talk, sir.
What does it mean there's been some
I
talk?
only meant that there has been some talk in the station, that's all. But then again, some of us truly are on the take. It's unfortunate. Over.
Anyway, that's all I
Roger.
need to know. So is that a yes or a no? I don't know. And the racist is gone. Let's see, what can I
A
do?
small cabinet on the wall.
Give me that.
Here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you. Okay.
That.
Here. I hope
And a bit of that.
Here.
That's enough. Okay, I think I have more than enough healing for the end of the game.
The boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of
Danger
blood
comes to the
adorning your
Boydero
clothes.
lifestyle,
There are
right?
types of danger. The one I'm usually concerned with is lung cancer or getting mauled by wildlife.
Those ones are pretty
Not
reasonable.
Bullets. It calls back to an older era where this was commonplace, though. You have a true boyadero heart.
Right, so where is everyone?
Hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No getting in or out. For the
Can
time
help me get
no.
inside?
He says it matter-of-factly, like it's
What happens
Time will
next?
tell. I'll tell Everett you dropped by. I'm sure he'll be glad.
Okay, that weasel I visited. Turns out he has one hell of a colonial mug
Yeah,
collection.
The janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole.
His mug collection certainly represented antiquated
Like
social
I said
values.
before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's
So why are you
renegotiating
striking?
our share.
Well, sure.
Aye.
It's how large a
All of
share
it.
would that be?
However, right
All the
now, we
money.
want all the harbor workers to be
Okay.
on the company's board.
All
So
right.
they could take part in the decision.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page.
So what about
I
Everett?
think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he
So
is
what
a
does Boston
capable
Union
organ- I guess
entail?
you kind of get to be the village chief.
By that, you mean?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? The old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is.
Yeah, he's
personally.
very ascetic.
Okay, he's reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems.
This man has political theory, and it has.
All
Sure
right.
thing.
This was great.
What are you
I'll
doing?
Be okay here. Doing lookout. Don't worry about me. I live.
Just don't get
I'm sure
shot.
I'll be lucky.
Wait, yeah. If I can't get in there, then maybe... Hey, the big guy's gone. What's in this box? Money. Okay. You know what, since I'm not going to be buying all that much healing... I wonder if the Kuno's still in the backyard. Oh, there you are.
Everyone says you started crying in the middle of a firefight and then bled like a pig.
Who's saying that?
They say you'd kind of died for a moment. That you let your... Just don't think because you got half your dick shot off. And Kuno doesn't reward weakness. It's...
Feels good for some reason.
Oh yeah, let me guide those
Here,
pants.
Pete, we're fun now. Performance buddies. Kuno can already see you soaring through the air like a fucking eagle.
Money debt doesn't mean anything.
Watch out, pig. It's a dangerous world out. Who knows?
Oh, what's that supposed to mean? Oh well. I mean, I got those pants now. Yeah, I think that looks good. If Renee's dead, then I probably can't ask him about the photo. So let's try to paint.
Paintbrush? Check. The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind.
What shadows lies there beneath the bright gleam. Let's paint.
You've spoken. The wall will now silently
Rad.
repeat the message for a decade or so, until...
Very poetic. Real poet.
Nice. I painted.
Mon Dieu! You set it on fire. What kind of a policeman are you?
That fuel was an environmental hazard.
Of course. I didn't think of it. Good job, officer.
Teacup? Oh, because of the... teacup.
Okay. I don't think I could ask him.
There are clothes.
Don't be shy.
Save the economy. That sounds off. You find the box smell...
Economical, but also trendy. Look first.
something cold.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only 450. Gotta prepare for springtime. Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically... Look, is this really the economy we want to leave to our children?
Look, I just wanna... It's a distraction from
And
cultural
what?
interest.
Oh.
It's clear you like the hard stuff, Brota.
The what?
Evening fall. The vows are blurred.
What is
Lower
my-
intestine. Fascism, Brota.
Fascism?
Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Yes, woman. That's what fascism. You're going to keep your voo for the nation. Smart. Best not to mention The Woomen, of course,
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
regular law official. You've done it, Harry.
Just an ordinary guy.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over them.
No way, officer. Well, but if
Damn, so you have to buy. The speakers
I could probably sell some stuff.
the shine on these sunglasses.
those
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Oh, very interesting.
this is how it's alright.
Wow! And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers.
The lieutenant.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
I'll think about it. Yeah, I probably have a lot of stuff to pawn off.
Between you and me, this is why I don't get involved in local politics.
Well, someone has to.
So it goes. Now, have you tried?
The lieutenant. Go ahead then. He won't be your nog, but he won't be thrilled about
I
this.
ride the pyro every day.
Here you go.
Not so sure about this.
Of course. Sure. Let me have. I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. And certainly not expensive armor. Oh, no. A photic path?
You have absolutely
More than sure. What else have you got? Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time. Sure. Let me have a look. I'm not purchasing it another time.
What a shirt. All other shirts pale. A typical Martinez streetlight.
Yes, of
His manner is the light. This would make
it was
We are not, you have to admit.
700 real. A bargain, I dare say. There's also the matter of rewiring.
I could buy a light if I wanted to.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding. Why? What's this?
Oh, that's the headless phone rider. The headless phone rider. 50 cents. Bargain priced.
He lost his cap when he lost his head. Perhaps he's looking for.
Did I mention that this
big men on along? They're not all blue.
This is what the loyalists look like.
Which ones?
This set.
I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could. Maybe.
I want to buy those sneakers.
The speakers below are banged up.
Sneakers.
Cool.
The sneakers seem to vibrate in your hands with an almost.
The junk is yours. The shine on a good stuff. A man who knows his style.
Perfect. Ooh, I could sell those for 30 bucks. That's good. Yeah, I'll put that on. Actually, what happens if I put the full fit? I saw a hat, didn't I? That one. Perfect.
Hello, hello. Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time.
No, that's it. Yeah, I will this. It'll look really funny. Yeah, let's see. What do I have left? Can I do something about that? Probably not. I can do these two. I should take care of this. Oh, I guess I already. Yeah, I guess I just go straight to the island now. Yeah. Yeah, I guess the only place to check now is the island. Yeah, here. The lady on the right is who I need to talk to. But I think just to be safe. Alright. Put my flashlight.
This isn't just glass. These are old computation components.
Computer
Yes,
components?
Filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass, slides with an inlaid nervous system.
How'd they do that, and why?
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know. The why is easy. Because they hadn't come up with modern silicon-based systems yet. For vitreous cast filament memories, though, these seem incredibly advanced.
Hey Kim, look. Old cybernetics.
So it is. I think it is used to form a single system, slotted in the wall.
So this is all that remains of failed R&D?
The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean.
Could this be part of the failed
These?
playback experiment?
No. These are old filament memories. I hope you're not expecting to find a device here. You will be disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was one of the spots you could look at to figure out where the shot came from, but I'm pretty sure by this point it's already been determined that it came from the island, so yeah, the only thing left to do is to actually go to that island. Oh, actually, let's take this off.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Oh, I got shot.
Even I can see that. I told you not to bring your trouble with you, policeman. We've got troubles of our own here. Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you were right. The men with guns were coming from me after
I'm
all.
not sure those were the last of the men with guns either. There are always more coming for your kind, officer.
Then we'll be ready for them.
Damn right. Okay, let's address this a little more seriously. Might as well. Oh, it's a jacket. Alright. I think we're ready.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
You're not limping. You're you.
I got shot in the foot. It was pretty badass. You would have liked
Is this
it.
from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
You didn't only get shot.
Oh, you should see the other guys. 2 dead, one
So
in the
you're a
hospital.
killer. That's good, I guess. I guess. Better than being dead.
I'm not a killer, I'm a cop.
I guess you are. I understand that's how it goes.
Oh, I dodged the second shot. I
good
could
for
also
you.
get not shot. Anyway, I got a
Of
question for
course.
you.
Can I help you with something?
We need to get to that island.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
What's on it? Okay. Anti-aircraft gun, bombed to bits.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
You said you haven't been there yourself. Who has
My
then?
husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me.
This must be one of the many fortifications that was used in the dying days of the revolution against
I
coalition
see.
forces before they took this city.
The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such.
Kids.
Twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place before we go? Would that be alright?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do.
Oh, I might as well. 2 days
I'm
of
glad to hear
sunshine.
that.
I just got it back to your
Take care of
invention.
that with Ether, will you? Don't get too many RCM men round here. We sad to lose the first one.
Is there anything I should know about
Well,
getting there?
Most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut
Oh.
your boat if you're not careful.
Yeah, that could be a
Sure to
problem.
enter from the south side. Water's deep there.
South side.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Can we borrow your
If
boat?
you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull. I just got it nice and yellow. And no drinking on the boat. And no joyriding either.
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business.
Or 3. Nah, I shouldn't take more than 2
Aye.
days. Nod.
Crow's feet disappear.
Alright, we'll use your
Please
skip to
be
get there.
conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up.
Yeah, let's see if we can get those twins to talk about the island. Sup, kids?
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Okay, kids, you've been to that island, right? Yes, that one. I need to know what's there.
Nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great. And we make a fire. We make a fire.
A fire?
Gather the sticks for the fire. And bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets.
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over from the war, but this could be important.
You mean shells?
I don't know what these are.
What
They're
then?
lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out.
Ah.
Your nerve endings sting from the mention of a guy. They must mean a human being on that island, but it's cut off.
Someone lives on the island?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
What?
Let's go with yes.
Why is he the fire guy?
Because he asks to put the fire out.
Why does he ask you to put the fire out?
I don't know. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like people to be there. You shouldn't go.
Nah, it just makes me want to go there even more.
Yes.
Because he doesn't want to be found. Smoke traces.
Anyway, you mentioned something about lights.
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
Yes.
Is there anything else you could tell me about this guy? Age? Does he live
No,
there?
he doesn't live there. I don't think. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times.
2 times?
He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
Anything else? What does this guy look like?
I don't know.
How come?
He ran. He just yelled, we shouldn't be there.
Your father used to go to that island too, didn't he?
Our father killed himself.
Oh no.
Don't say that, he didn't.
Whatever.
I'm sorry.
Not my concern. Anyway, is that all you need to know? Is that all you know? Is there anything more you can tell me about the island?
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
Children are stupid.
Maybe you're don't say that. He's a police officer.
Yeah, maybe I could squeeze another quick thought in. No, I probably won't have time. The shuffle. This one. Why not? Alright, well. Planks creak beneath your weight. Okay. Let me save here, because I'm pretty sure this one is the end game.
A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
You take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the boombox.
What?
You heard me. Don't make me repeat myself. Let's go. Yeah, we're gonna rock in.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally. Want to be free. Want to be free.
Yeah, good thing Kim knows how to steer a boat.
Will last forever. Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last and the trees are green and overhanging, never light free and everlasting.
Oh, that's how I got destroyed. Or like, at least blown down. I think I was standing up before. Ah. That must be the island.
boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's. Makeshift bridge. Bombs are powerful enough to break the foundation. "50-year-old tires." Rusted trails off into the ocean. Inflammable. Lingering trace of mazout in the air. ICM. Those stairs are gone. Those stairs are collapsed. This is one armament rest. Twin cannons were attached here. Medium distance, large caliber.
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
What do these wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere?
What kind of generator is
Liquid
this?
carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout.
Mazout, I was right. Okay.
The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter, long and cold.
If anyone stayed here, they'd need a generator. A hollow
Inside.
ring. The canister is empty. Dust falls from the generator and down into the ammo
What does
lift.
this mean? A generator here?
No, I'm not a philosopher.
That is his idea of a joke.
I am. This generator proves the universe's material.
A small agony. Minuscule bones may have fractured, but it proved. He
Ouch.
nods approvingly. He even
I meant,
smiles.
why is it
Someone
here?
with basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm. Maybe it's the fire guy.
The wind outside.
Yeah, the fire guy. Fantastique in historical fiction books. Yeah, someone was here.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft-cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracal blanket.
I see.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
How recently?
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses, no longer able to hear yourself speak.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for
No time.
Any time.
You don't.
I've got a job to do.
Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. Most are soft covers. Serialized fantastique
Animal
and
Adventures.
depictions of man versus nature by amateur naturalists T&T Harpin, husband and among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories. If
Someone's made themselves a home.
Oh yes, under the bed, there is a
Ooh.
rather extensive collection of critical theory, that is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature.
Powerful communist
published by
theory,
small
rigorous and
groups.
truthful.
Yeah, I agree. Humanitarian sciences. It stands out. Not a lot of critical.
Your incendiary remark has failed to provoke him.
Yeah.
Wasn't there some in the communist student's room?
You know, a student in the apartment building seemed to have some as well.
Yes.
The little books seem inconsequential next to the big
Critical
pile of
theory
frivolous
books. What do you think this
Again,
means?
I am not a philosopher. but whoever has lived here.
Interesting.
I see. A winter scarf. An arrow skirt. What? Yeah. Actually, before I rest, I have too many. I'll get rid of these. Probably don't need to go back to any of them. Because if I were to do another playthrough of this, I'd probably just start from scratch, do some new stats. That's what I meant. Oh yeah. Save.
The greasy.
The offer still.
You face the concrete wall.
Just
There's
a bit.
less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there.
Fill up your knees close to your
The
chest.
blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass.
A lot of cold.
Half an hour maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close. Until...
Yeah, until...
You feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening. Sleep.
What the? Can't go out that way. I can't get out. Why? Maybe there's another door I have to go into. Here we go. There's something at the chain. Walk into the water. Your footprints on the water.
Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism,
What?
internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry, off to advise the Queen of Shest, most likely. This is the Holy Suzerain of Mwindi and Insulinda. definitely not your wife. You need to talk to her. Think of the historical knowledge you...
Hey. How are you
I'm
doing?
doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry?
In my head. I
Well,
miss you.
I'm in my head too. We're all in our heads.
You miss me?
Sometimes. Not as often as I used to. So much time has passed. More than it seems here.
Video rental store. Where are you
I'm
going?
going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry.
That's a
Might
lot.
as well be another lifetime.
What's in the bag?
Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality.
Aren't you already wearing one of those?
This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder.
Anyway.
You stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one more massive epic
No,
showdown.
Harry. No. I don't want a massive epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really, we don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us. Our love. Our unborn daughters. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
But that's not a... I got you this
I
figurine.
don't want it. It looks expensive.
But I thought you
don't
liked
want it.
figurines.
That's not what figurines do, Harry.
But then they don't do anything.
She looks at the headless found rider between your fingers and doesn't know what to say. The figurines don't do anything? Anything at all.
You liked war games and
Yes,
figurines?
I thought it would be good.
Yeah, I won't give
I
you
didn't
things then.
ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would have liked the headless fallen rider back then.
But that's not a very good way for things to
not.
be.
But
Well, what?
I don't know why I said but. There is no but.
That's
That's
it?
it, yes. We've talked about it 1,000,000 times. You will get over it, just like I did. People do. Things will get good for you again.
Where in hell? Stop. You're only making it worse for him. You never help with anything.
Maybe. I think I reached the end of the investigation.
It just takes some time. For you, I think it'll take something like 20 years, maybe. It was hard for me too. I used to think I couldn't live without you. But I can.
But maybe we could try
No,
again.
Harry, we can't.
Why?
We already tried again, and it didn't work.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice and then give up. By that logic, not you too.
What went wrong when we tried again? I could do it better.
I don't know. Please.
Why?
Harry, we can't be together because you're insane.
She avoids turning them to you.
How?
They're turning moist now. Her eyes. She slowly shakes her head.
What do you mean by insane? But in case you haven't noticed, I'm a cop. It's not easy work.
You've worked there for so long you can't even talk like a normal person anymore. It's always lists with you. Questions.
Questions? Did someone say questions?
Not a list of
This
trees.
is another one, isn't it? We're in a tree right now.
But lists are absolutely normal. Everyone has them. You just list everything you
It's
want
not
to
just
ask.
the lists or trees or whatever. You get sad, Harry. Too sad. People can't get that sad. It's impossible to watch. Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stay down for too long. You only communicated with encyclopedic trivia. I was so alone. In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And you have to be in hell until the end of your life. And I have to go to Morova.
I get the feeling you're not really Dolores Day.
I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day?
You're the something.
Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the X thing? You're confusing me. Look, I have to be at the Lausanne Aerodrome at 10:20 p.m. I still have a light rail to catch. I haven't even bought the tickets yet.
You know, I'm glad we're having this conversation.
I'm
Getting a
glad
lot of
too,
closure.
But I have to go. My friends are waiting for me on the platform. I can't
Oh,
let them wait.
Your
It's
friends.
impolite.
Say hi to your
I
friends
will.
for me then. You're the
The
morning.
morning? I don't understand.
Probably better if
Yes.
you don't.
It's really, really... You
Evil
don't
Abe.
have to hate the world. Can't you see how kind and beautiful,
Beautiful
everything
world.
is?
Beautiful.
I don't have
Aerodrome.
time to deal with your pessimism. There are so many people at the sea.
The weight is you and your...
Yes, Harry. I am. Things have gotten much better.
A tiny golden watch with red straps
Fine, strike.
around her bony little wrists.
Nah, that's not gonna work.
Your feet still tremble from the steps you took, as if, oh, she is not kissing you back. Nothing, just pillow. Her hat, the delicate root feels the world, her chest. This was not about failure or success. The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours.
Figures.
Trying hard not to look at brother. You should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no...
That's
No,
it then.
Harry. Not yet. There is one more thing you have to see. I'm pregnant.
Is it mine?
Of course not. I terminated yours. Don't you remember? You poor fuck. Poverty-stricken fuck. Now,
Wow.
go ahead.
More questions. Ask more.
Should have a fast soul and we'll
We
always
both
come back
said
to
a
it.
lot of things. We were very young.
It was her. I can feel it. I can...
Doesn't
We
matter
will
anymore.
always have. Who says that? I have ruled with kindness, grace, and temperance. It's perfectly normal to have an army of humanity. I am the innocence of humanism. Besides, you're only saying this because things didn't work out between us.
So you didn't behave
I
like
really
a war
have.
criminal
You
with
were
me?
very bad to me too. We've talked about it. I
Okay.
have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30.
Lies, sire. She cannot but love you. She has said so 100 times.
What's to do with Morova?
Light, life, culture. It's so much better than here. Everything here reminds me of you and the horrible times we had. The nights we stayed up fighting for our dying love. I have to wipe it all off me and be clean again. I want
Want me to
be
let
a
you
good
go?
person
Not
again.
really. You asked me not
That
to.
was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and I'm happier for it. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight.
Will you ever see each other
I
again?
won't see you, but you will see me.
Can that
Oh,
be?
Harry, this is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now.
Yeah, that makes
Who
sense.
knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years
What-
ago?
How will I see you again
Right
then?
here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum. Like I did that time when I asked you for Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, what a dream.
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
On the entire land, centimeter by centimeter. That's the next step.
He's still worried. You must have...
I slept enough. Rust spews off it.
You see a small metal door nested inside a larger one. A heavy steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small.
What's on the other
Another
side?
part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable.
How do we
Maybe
open it?
this is one of the doors we don't open?
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother.
Yeah.
A powerful engine.
We opened the
and-
big
I
one.
think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around.
Damn shot.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on
Let's
the
run
front.
our fingers
the keys
over-
rattle like
across the
teeth.
keyboard.
This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
What's
The
this?
console of an anti-computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out, determine it here.
Did this open the blast door?
Possibly. Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radiodiffusé. It sounds like this device was used to control the electronics here. Maybe it still does.
Maybe.
This device was used to control the electronics in the room. It could open doors, control lights, function.
We need to restore power. We should look around outside.
The boat engine.
Oh, we can get some for
But
the boat.
officer, then we would have to...
Oh,
The
right.
console stands by.
Let's check out. Oh, down below. Let's check outside. Flying silk. That was definitely a direct hit. Cargo ships. Rest is eating what remains of that chain.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like 2 eyes in the wall.
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window.
Touch it.
Quite old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain.
Look through the hole.
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water, the ruins look familiar.
On the left.
A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A, and...
On the right.
The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the Whirling in Rags. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10. The doomed commercial area.
Between the two.
The box-shaped silhouette of the Whirling in Rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop. Sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of
There
cloud.
it is.
Do you have a line of sight to the window?
There's an opening between 33A and 10. I can see
I
to the
can see
roof.
it. Through the scope of a rifle, the shooter would be prone, lying on the mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
Cheek against a cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger, on a calm day like this.
Make the I can make it. I can make the shot.
I think we have it, detective. The origin of the shot. This is
Bam. Master
it's
cop
only
work.
moderately effective cop work until we have the weapon. It will not be, how do you say it, booyah, until we have that.
So the shooter could still be
Where?
here. On this
He
island.
does not answer.
We should move now.
A single-person mattress, modern, and an empty can of beans on the ground next. The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper. Contemporary Revacholians prefer Juan, a local
the
blend
same
from
brand
the
of
southern
cigarettes
island.
extinguishing
Could be a
Lanzan.
coincidence. I didn't see any signs of...
There we go. Fuel obtained. Should I do another thought? I don't know if I'd be able to generate one in time, so let's just do... this one. Alright. I'm done on here. Let's head back inside. First I need to fuel this.
This old cylindrical generator, the lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out.
Yeah,
and the
that
room
sweet
fills
chemical
with
smell.
Chemical smell. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
There we go. We got fuel. Now let's see.
A dim golden glow.
It's on.
Automatic boot. The lighting in the room turns on with a sizzle. The dial slides under the dusty glass, dark and silent, despite the power being on. You make out defunct stations on the UKV frequency.
UKV.
The words "failed insula" are written on the band.
Insular. This is an off-air radio computer, I believe, used for military communications.
Okay. Open.
The glass door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens.
There we
as the
go.
light shines in.
Alright. Let's head that way then.
After you.
What's
I
there?
don't know.
What if we get into another
Don't
fight?
worry. I have a gun.
I also have a gun.
It was not easy.
Okay. Save. What's over here? A rubber dinghy.
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the
deserter.
stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours, unclouded by cataracts. His eyesight is sharp.
You the fire guy?
The what now? I can't hear you.
You recently told 2 kids to put out the fire. 2 twins.
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
The position sounds like a hiding place.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
You retain your
My
eyesight.
Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
I fueled the generator, then used the console.
Burn that console down.
So how'd you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Yeah, all that disco.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
It wasn't reactionary, it was
The
cool.
fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating mental illness music.
Nice gun you got
It's
there.
not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is that a Belma grave?
It's a Triangong 446.
Southeast Samarin made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern
It's
rifle
very old.
manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
Sinyao commune.
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, white from the board.
Your weapon has stayed true to you. Mine has stayed true to me.
Yes. I bet you've killed a lot of people with it. You fascist fuck. Have you come to make me one of them?
His right eye twitches. With what? Fear? Rage?
Probably
We have
rage.
come to ask you questions. Nothing more. If you do not comply, we will take you in. Do you understand?
Let me do.
Fucking.
I should have known they'd say.
We will save.
The old man leans on the
Sir, I need you to
frame
put that
stock
gun
of his
down
rifle,
so we could talk
looking
further.
up at
We're with the
lieutenant
police.
pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
Oh, really?
His elbows rest on the frame stock, calmly for now. But he may still get it in his hands. The words, I am
Ha-ha!
the enemy commander, sound cold as
Yeah. I like
the
that.
old man still hugs his gun.
And what rank would that be? Dog.
Lieutenant W. Further.
Big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army.
Damn right.
To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
Like an amputated limb in the sand. He stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound. A strange sadness. Like the old man pulls back the hood of his plastic cape and looks up into the sky. His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly
Yeah, I'll just hold on to this.
in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire. Still warm from his parched hands. Not the metal. The metal is ice cold. This weapon has been modified several times.
Has it now?
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut.
Walnut?
On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangon, 4.46
Oh yeah,
millimeter, made
it's as he
in
said.
Sinyao.
Trigon.
Personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot of use, hasn't it, sir?
No response from the old man. The plastic cape around his shoulders rustles in a small bout of wind.
This uses jacketed ammunition.
Jacketed. Military grade
4.46.
ammunition. Stable in flight. Good for hitting something that's very, very far away.
As he speaks, he stresses every word.
Yeah, this rifle is
He's like
patched and modified several
I wonder
times.
how old it is.
The old man does not answer.
Stow
The
it.
old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. Some kind of involuntary response. Something is slightly off with his motorics.
Probably just a muscle spasm.
This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession in time.
Those words. The future teaches you.
Real music. Real brilliant cult. That's La Revacholière, not your rock and roll misanthropy. Chanson de soldat of the black and whites.
What is that?
It is the anthem of the world revolution. One of 3. In Grad, they sang Brave Children, favorites of history. And in Sinyao, it was some Samaran shit, I guess.
How does it go?
How did it go? Something about shooting rabbits. I don't know. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's gone now.
He waves erratically with his hand, annoyed that he can't remember. A little tremor passes through him. It was dear to him. He resents forgetting it.
Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
The Commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insulindian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution.
Ah, he's a
I
vet.
was recruited in Jamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
How long have you been on this island?
43 years. No. I've been on other islands too. I was an Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
So you've been hiding here for 43 years.
43 years and 10 months.
That's dead fast.
It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting. Always waiting. Always.
For what?
For her to return.
Her who?
Her.
Girl, child, revolution.
I've seen it. Capital's too powerful. The rich are very well organized.
They have you. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try. Whatever
So
I
you
do.
said you deserted your unit.
I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
Understood.
Well done. I won't explain it to a minion of capital.
So what is this place?
It's not an island.
This island.
It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
I mean, the landing. Retaking a Revachol.
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
Someone who's come to end the madness.
Iblis.
Iblis.
The black-eyed angel.
How have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
Now hold on there.
That's a choice. You could have become self-employed, create the system.
You're insane and grotesque. Everyone steals. Vegetables, supplies. It's the life of a dog.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
He does seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
I mean, we have Dramamine and other opioid-based painkillers.
I have been running out of that stuff.
But you need to be looked over, and we can do it.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund.
How have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of I don't even know what. Inferno?
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult, mentally, to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on, more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Coal City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course.
Oh, not Boogie
Those
Street.
Fucking Kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
So how did you get between here and the
At
mainland?
night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. Why
don't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking.
The weapons cache under St. Ghislaine 22B. In the basement, have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
They were damaged beyond use.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map.
There's a small bunker under the Fell building. Have you stayed there?
Propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves.
Killed
Two young
themselves?
boys. A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
One more question. Do you smoke these cigarettes? Ever smoke them on the mainland?
Good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
Okay, another thing.
The old man looks across the water at the city, the ruins.
You said this is your term of surrender.
You're with the RCM. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. The so-called Lieutenant W. Freighter.
We're not coalition appointed, we just try to help people.
You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste d'Insolent. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the... Rene, the royalist on the coast, said.
Communards signed the Revacholian Instrument of Surrender.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
He just wipes the blood from his chin.
Oh.
Honor is a feudal atavism. My motive is class.
So you're a communist soldier?
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
You said you were trained and assigned to the defense corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
So you're a trained commie?
He nods slowly, then another tremor.
I'm a revolutionary too. Today, the real revolutionizing is done by entrepreneurs.
You're part of the meat shield. The human meat shield that surrounds the fascists and the license holders. You take the fire while they rape and kill. That's what you are.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology. We have come to ask questions regarding a murder investigation.
The old man spits into the
Okay,
fire.
I got another serious question for you.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
What have you been using this gun
I've
for?
used it for killing people.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
So he's continued killing after hostilities end.
Okay, that's a start.
This is it. You can feel it, like battery acid on the tip of your tongue. Something you haven't felt in a while. But
what?
This is what you live for. This is the shit, the great serotonin, the solution. Go in straight. No. Be careful now. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
Have you killed anyone with that gun in the last week or two?
I don't want to tell you.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm wrong.
So you're saying you kill people after finding stopped?
What did I just tell you?
Did you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel? With the security contractor colonel?
Who now?
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire.
The corpse in ceramic armor, hanging behind the whirling rags. Did you shoot him?
Oh, yes. That one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
Exhaust him with proof. The gun. The scent of blood in the air. But something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
I don't need your cooperation. I've got this.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistols. I've seen you prance around with those. Jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen. He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting.
Yeah, he would.
So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
Well, we have the weapon.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
You think we have the murder weapon?
4.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range. We have it.
And yeah, it's the murder weapon.
This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Damn right. Let's do that one.
Murder.
We've done the ballistics. This shot came from this island.
Saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession. You've been here a long time, Mr. Dross. Too long. You clearly need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part.
It is the best uninterrupted line of sight into that window in all of Martinez.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.
You're a communist. I talked to the dead man. He told me communism killed him.
Stupid twat.
The lieutenant looks at you. Not this, he seems to say. Anything but this.
It was intuition.
Intuition is an aberrant psychologism. It reeks of crypto-fascism. The parasite class use intuition to justify their rank in life. It's all just palmistry and magic. Your brain is rotting from the radio waves.
He does not answer the provocation. It doesn't.
What
Wait,
am I missing?
here it comes. The goddamn mate.
Oh, yes.
In the grass when you wait. Don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints, and you got it. Of
course.
Remember, the boot prints were like no modern soul.
I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa. Some shit.
Show me the soles, please, Mr. Doras.
Fucking imbecile.
The maker is called Sensory. You see their V-shaped logo, but can't make out the size. These are not the unusual horizontal pattern soles you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room. They do, however, seem to be about the same size.
The size fits, but not the sole.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
People change shoes. It doesn't mean you weren't there, near the room the victim died in, sneaking around.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters? They must have really loved that dead fuck.
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes.
Yeah.
You can't keep them from flickering, looking for something. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. You've almost got him. Just the last little push.
Oh, Maybell's behind the victim's window.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly, nostalgic even. A strange mood swing.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
I haven't seen these flowers anywhere else in Martinique. Only here.
They blossom on the islets before. We fertilized them with our blood. Resurrection was snow white in May, before they ruined it. The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
I may.
Young Mooning Clash. Ring any bells? These dried flowers were behind the window.
Classier.
Flashy. You know her, right? She had intimate relations with the victim. The merc.
With the victim.
There is a small tremble. Looks like a smile. A crooked smile. Yet isn't quite voluntary.
Yeah.
He's about to burst.
Oh yeah.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
He was a killer. But we still wanted the protection of the law.
Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention.
Damn right.
Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So you shot him.
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling, while the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them. In phase, and I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
Then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white, or what's left of it anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own.
Yeah, sooner or later. Somehow.
And so they did.
I mean, it was bound to happen eventually. Good thing we came.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
I think he is.
Yes.
And you were looking at Dan, the victim and a young woman, having sex through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
Yeah, you couldn't have waited until he nutted.
The old man nods.
Why?
That would be funny.
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from.
Aha!
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this.
Why were you looking at them that night?
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
I need perception? Possibly. I don't know, I could figure something out.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
And if you don't like it?
Click.
You pull the trigger.
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
He will not stop now. These dialectical materialist types never do. Exploit it.
Yeah.
Get him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
Okay, so what specifically did you not like about the night? About what you saw the night of the murder?
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that.
So were you jealous?
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore.
I'll take that as a yes.
And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second. Writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
This man has seen past her, like you did.
Yeah.
The caliber of bullet he used does not do that kind of damage.
How long have you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
Yeah, that's a good
Hiding
point.
something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking.
Yep.
She was
smoking,
nervous,
alright.
but not scared.
What do you think she hit there?
Her passport and ticket to Reawakening. And from there to Cachet Brut.
In the free state of Semonine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale.
Some kind of hidden container on the coast. You looked into it.
Yes, after she'd gone. It was a submersible. Well made, actually.
Sloppy, we should have gotten her to tell us about this. Did you take the documents?
No, I put them back. Why would I take them? I'm not going to phone. Oh, I mean,
Moving on, did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over, black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too.
Could you?
On the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo and glasses. Forged.
Forged?
Some sordid
Okay.
bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
He's setting it up for you. The bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
And you could see the bruises through the scope of a rifle.
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
So how does he know those details?
It quickly comes to you.
Any chance he's seen them through a hole in the wall?
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating.
Yep, that explains the hole in the wall.
Did you make that hole?
With a clip point knife.
Ever seen her through a window on a roof?
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
You've been through the secret route behind the whirling in rags. Those were your footprints there. You just changed the
I've
shoes.
been to all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
And that too, I guess.
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but...
Those two took the cake. You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen.
See.
One more loose end down.
Yeah,
How
we're
did you
cracking
get
this
in there?
case.
The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union Box window.
Did she have feelings for that woman?
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough.
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly, like stones dripping with water. Is he crying?
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know.
Was that why you left the dry files behind the window?
No.
Then why then?
I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of her room on the floor, like she does sometimes.
When was this?
The day after I killed him.
So you brought her Maybells?
Yes. I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
Wanted to console her.
Maybe. I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you. If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line. One more down.
So it wasn't about him. It was about her.
Her.
A
The
twitch.
lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement.
Yeah.
That's it. Motive. We have it.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days.
She led us here.
Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week at the island, like she knew. She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right into me. It doesn't matter.
He knew she knows. She was looking at the island, figuring it out, day by day, cigarette by cigarette.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years?
Been looking at anything else you haven't liked?
Tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
A strange little engine seems to fire the familiar put of hatred.
More specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst.
How come?
Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries. Pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat who runs it.
Mr. Clare?
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
Anything more?
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. In tents, like animals. Like those boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
At all.
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So,
Joyce.
Actually, no. The worst is that old cop parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Koyamoran, or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children.
Okay,
That's
then.
all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex.
Jeez, this guy's really
At
horny.
least that old cunt. We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only, in the 30s, those disco whores.
The disco whores are too much. Hey, there was something about a statue and the Sucrian on her yacht. Joyce? Probably.
It's a closer force is a social democrat.
Another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real enemy. The
disappointment. So personal. He displays a familiar...
First against the wall with them. Keep the mills running, collaborates. The whole
Something
lot.
about the statue?
Syphilis is a disease Philippe III contracted in a whorehouse. The statue is an abomination.
How
the
so?
bacteria entered his brain and made him squander...
That is technically possible, although Philippe III was not actually syphilitic. He was just mad.
And he still went on to govern Revachol for 25 years. We lost 2 million lives toppling that mode of government. And those grotesque statues, too. Hundreds of them.
Yet it's still there.
What a keen remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. Do you know why?
Because you forgot to take it down?
Forgot. The party had each of the 141 Philippian monuments detonated with plastic. Some advertising cockroaches used their accumulated capital to erect a new,
That would have been my second
ironic
guess.
version of it.
Wait, the bullet hole in Philippe's heart. The statue had been shot. That was him.
Oh,
It had to
yeah.
be. He's already proven capable of taking a far more
Yeah, you shot the statue.
I did. A needless, sentimental gesture.
Yes, shameful.
Alright, that's
the
it.
fat union man let them put it there.
Disco horse. Blood Suki on a boat.
Sucrion, a bloodsucker.
Oh, Joyce,
Women
yeah.
like her feed on the life energy of young working class men. I can't believe the inert lumpen out there. They just let her drive her little boat like that. No violence, not even a robbery.
If only he had the ammunition.
So you mean Renee?
Every fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day.
Let's back up before we get too agitated.
Agitated about the unholy ghoul. I love it.
Alright, I'm glad we talked about this.
His lip curls.
Glad. It's all gone.
For a 60-year-old man, he's prone to erratic hand gestures. and
Anyway,
clearly malnourished.
Yosef Livanovich Dross,
You
you
can
under
see
arrest
no
for the
one by
murder
looking at his
of
slouched
Alice
frame.
Coacher.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
I did.
The sum of all the...
Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand?
But...
He's afraid.
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
Wait.
There it is again. To your north, as it has been since you came to the coast.
That's good.
Reeds whisper, stalks rubbing against each other. But then, in the middle of it...
Yeah, lucky me. What?
Something completely different. It sounds like a bow, very slowly being drawn against the strings of a violin. A very small violin, made of reeds and rushes.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat.
Peshkim, you hear that?
Right. What are you talking about? Is this... really us?
Your skin crawls.
Yeah. There's something else here. But what? What? Oh, it's a creature.
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms. It's still there.
What is that?
What are you talking about?
A giant stick
There's
insect.
nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand moves to
There.
your holster.
There is.
to grab the gun.
I see
Tell
it.
me what you see, damn it.
Kim,
I can't make out one small...
can you see
I
it?
can see it.
4 simple words. Thank God. If you can see, then you're not insane.
Good.
But
It's
that
not just
means
me.
It's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute
Insolidian
silence. Its
phasmid.
limbs long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
Yeah, I will. $70, that's not bad. Okay. We're gonna save here.
Yes?
No, I don't want to talk to you right now, Kim.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks. The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else in a lower pitch.
This is the insulating phasmid.
It is.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium.
Yeah, it's
Begins to pull
cryptid.
it open. No, the flash will scare the creature off. Warn him now.
Damn, the flash is loud. I won't like
We
that.
need a photo. No one will believe us.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
You see the phasmid turn to him. It's
Because what they think him.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you.
Ew.
Its antennae taking their measure of the air.
That's close.
Slowly.
Yeah, let's do perception. Why not? Oh, actually, I probably should have done. Yeah, whatever. Hey.
The creature tilts its tiny head to the side and appears to look at you. It is incredibly light.
Yeah.
Like the slightest gust of wind should blow it away. But it doesn't.
That seemed like a good time to add some perception.
There is a sadness in there. Or is it in you? From the dream. It's still
Okay,
with
this is
you.
probably not gonna go well.
The pitiful, hey, you told her. Even now.
Yeah, not. Oh, great, it run away.
You barely get to take one step. It's blending into the tufts of reeds in the distance.
Where? Where did it go?
Tell me you got
He
the picture.
shakes his head. It's
Yeah,
It's
whatever.
just a blur.
I think it went into the reeds there on that
It's
islet.
like it doesn't like to stay out in the open for long.
So what now?
What now? In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic
Our suspect's not looking so good. It looks like it has some kind of nest there. Maybe there's...
In the reeds, where the phasmid was hiding, you see
Yeah. Okay, where is it? Yeah, you take care. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, anyway, I should
is
arrest
it?
this dude.
Something is very wrong with him now.
Could you not see the plasmid?
Mr. Doras?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring. Black eyes glazed, a
Yoo-hoo.
light shiver.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem. Doesn't it, Mr. Doras?
The trembling mouth.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here. While we
Found
go
some
and
things in the
get
plasmid
help.
in the
It will need to
phasmid's
be
nest,
nice.
Mr.
He
Dross.
stares into the reeds. Nothing.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put...
I lost.
You lost
He
it?
turns his eyes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie phasmid. This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Silence. You've gotten all you will out
Oh,
of
let's
the plastic
rest.
cake. The blacks of his eyes are receding.
What happened
Old
to him?
age and shock.
I think it's the phasmid.
Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid. The combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you?
Oh, he couldn't see it, Kim. It's just the reeds
It
for
could be
him.
part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr.
No response.
Maybe this is how the phasmid has stayed hidden all
Then
these
how
years.
did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief and hence not credible. But anyone who spends a long time with it...
Yes, you forget it's there.
Mr. Dross, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds? The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel.
Well, he's
than
been here for a
57.
long time.
This
Who
is
knows how much
a
it
little
was,
advanced for a
how
nurse.
much of it in its
He
company.
did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him, like he didn't want to leave this place, and the insect maybe. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one help.
You will have to be very...
We should
Anytime.
think about getting back to the mainland, to get help.
Okay. We're not taking him with us? Guess not. Yeah, this way.
ICM? This feels familiar somehow.
Kim, what is the
Insul
ICM?
Indian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the Communards Army, the black and white army of the revolution.
Sounds an awful lot like.
Sounds like
It
RCM.
does.
Why?
The RCM may descend from the ICM.
May?
It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals.
Nice political thoughts. It's going to be hard to say them. Carrying around all that weight on a busted crutch is making you pant.
So we descend from the glorious revolutionary
There were
army.
all sorts of groups and groupuscules back then. It doesn't really matter.
White Star.
And
with its horns in the sky.
Are those spec
no,
stars?
That's the uninhabited.
A DeLorean era symbol.
So what's it still doing here?
44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what. One of these barrels was still leaking fuel.
I see. Hey, my final thought.
Superstar. They say the world isn't ready for a rocket.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay.
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop.
What is that?
The flock of quail departs. Now more on the islet. There is almost like a silent orchestra tuning at the beginning of some major work.
The
A
west?
silent hiss.
To the
The
east?
faraway roar of the city.
Ahead?
A low hum.
Beyond
Air
that.
flows out of a pill.
Yes.
It's pretty quiet.
It is. Is that what?
Okay. Where am I? That was weird. Okay.
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting
Leads to the
island
depot.
Yes. So
What do you
it's
think it was
for
used
bringing
for?
munitions to the island, maybe?
as a defensive measure.
From who?
From enemies.
I see.
The skiff is swaying.
Let's get out of here.
We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight, but for the sound of conversation on the water. Two men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Who's waiting for me?
Look what the tide brought him.
Oh.
Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen.
No one else seems bothered by the bleeding.
Bothered by it? Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant. Oh, fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Look, there's a
We're
giant...
not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
Who are you?
Trent Heilerstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Comar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heidelstein, Battle Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify.
We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant.
Yeah.
Not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it. among
thank
you.
you,
It's good to
Lieutenant.
meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
Letting the lieutenant know.
So what is this
Harry,
about?
we want to help you. Trant, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little.
Okay.
I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trant, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
Shit kid. What an interesting moniker.
So Trent Hazelstein turns out to be a special consultant.
Yes, I'm Trant Heilerstein. I
What
never
was up with
said
the
I
kid?
loved Mikhail. Mikhail is my son.
Oh, what was up with all the interesting history?
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead.
So
And
what are you
Mikhail wanted to
special
see
consulting?
Martinez. What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He's smart. Let's move on.
How'd you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
Okay.
And people on the street helped us too. With
Have you
your...
been spying on me?
I was spying on you. I was in the bar, wearing away against stupid sunglasses. You didn't recognize me. Your own partner walked right past me.
Lying
I
disguise.
heard you lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it is, Harry. You're totally insane now. Good job.
In the crowd, there was a man and a woman in RCM uniform. In his defense, we were in a hurry.
What's a shit kid?
Maybe you've deserved it.
So you mentioned a task force.
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Yeah.
He doesn't.
See? He really doesn't.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Trant fucking Heidelstein, and Guillaume Baby.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
I see.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
So, who's Guillaume?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And
Ouch.
Tron because I'm forcing him to stay.
So what does the unit do?
It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
The 41st isn't...
You've been all the time.
Where have we been? We've been fucking off as far as I remember. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
I said all those things. I'm not like that
Are
anymore.
you sure? So you haven't been telling everyone what a boring cop you are? And that you should kill yourself? People say you've been out of your mind.
None of this is
And
ringing
the
any bells.
aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola, Pell, and so on.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
I drank so much I lost my memory, and I'm so slowly recovering it.
He's getting better. And I can confirm that he drank a lot of alcohol prior to it happening.
I believe he drank. People do that, especially this one. What they don't do is forget their whole life because of drinking.
But Detective Vigmer, He has blanked out before.
I
Yes,
have?
a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
So you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful.
Very poetic.
The two cases in your ledger, the unsolvable case and the next world mural, those were recent. Those cases were hard on you.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes.
Uh-huh.
Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here. Look at the ruins, the neon, listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm
Yeah.
glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
I'm ready to leave.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on a disability pension?
What now?
Now, nothing. Now we're just going to stand here. Yeah. Just stand there. It's cool.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
I drove into the ocean because I was drunk.
So refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of every... It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
You mean this?
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic.
Yeah, easy.
Not today, badge.
Behold.
As if having your badge. What is it with all these material objects?
Right here.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
So it doesn't even matter that I found
You
my
were
gun.
never supposed to lose it in the first place. Not lost. Is your gun's natural state. You're drunk.
Well, I mean, I
We're
have
not
it right
talking
here.
about the fucking gun anymore.
This is so unfair. He
Please,
knows
I'm
you.
not drunk.
So you forgot to drink? I don't buy it.
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
Yeah, I've handled an actual corpse.
You're drunk. You let us...
We've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's. We know.
Please, she gave us a vital clue.
Well, if she was nice. I'm not even all the fact that you're Everclear's little peony now. Doing I don't know what compared to the 6 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally red with...
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired unvetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals. He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember, he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The
I
rest
also
of lies
solved the
with
case.
detective.
It's solved.
It's better if I do that.
It's so much better if he does.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation. You've spent the week with him. On this case, what is your take?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Yefretor Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
See?
1 week.
Then there's the boring cop issue. Despite all the obvious and almost grotesque mannerisms and sartorial choices, he still insists he isn't characteristic enough. It's worrying, especially considering his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a Mazovian socio-economist. He wants to liquidate the ruling class, which...
Yeah, he's
again,
just a
for
little
police
silly, that's
officer,
all.
Is a little odd.
You should yell something.
That's not a good idea.
Other still, he is also a full-blown fascist, an ultra-nationalist, woman-hater, and more than a little racist. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, and then there's the motor carriage in the sea, something I was not present for. But despite all this, he is a great detective, one of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, was a valiant...
I mean, that was pretty good.
Really
It is nice to just sing once in a while.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect, 3 meters tall. It's on the island, camouflage as the reeds. It unfolded from them. I did not, unfortunately, get a photo, but I believe it may have been the Insulindian phasmid. I know this sounds fantastic, but I'm a 4 times decorated lieutenant of the RCM. I do not make up encounters with
yeah,
cryptids to spice
they're
up
not
my
gonna
day.
believe us.
I don't doubt you, Lieutenant. If you say it was the Insulindian phasmid, then it was the Insulindian phasmid.
But it was real.
No. Is it somehow connected?
The killer did not seem to be aware of the phasmid's presence, exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia. He fell into a stupor after its appearance.
Yes,
He
the
became
phasmid may have
near-catatonic.
contributed to his mental state in some way over the years.
It is connected.
We could order a search. I could get people from EPIS on the island, entomologists, doctors. There must be signs of it in the reeds. If we found the Insulindian phasmid, well, that would be absolutely exceptional. The PR...
There, you need to make your case now. The floor is all yours. He prepared it well.
Yeah. I confiscated drugs from Kuno's dad.
You don't want to.
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snorted the drugs, I know you did. It's alright. I mean, at this point, anything is
I
but
looked
a
into the
drink.
mystery at the Doom
I
commercial
don't know
area.
what a Doom commercial area is.
Building will build businesses go bankrupt. I looked into it.
There was a possible witness in there, and it was close to the crime scene. He was just...
Of course.
Dodged the bullet there. For a moment, it seemed like you were just waiting.
There was also a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found.
Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk.
How'd you
The
know?
body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This...
Still, good work with the missing person, detective.
Anyway, the phasmid was female.
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female.
Yeah, totally.
And
incredible.
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
It had gathered items in its nest.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers.
Yeah, it could have
be
been.
robust if it can move a hell.
It could maybe roll it.
I think it reproduces by
As in
parthenogenesis.
cloning itself? What makes you think so?
Observation.
Well, then it wouldn't matter if it's a male or female.
That makes sense.
Very interesting. Such organisms are extremely vulnerable to disease.
In his mind, he's already
It
planning.
had mandibles that looked like hair, and was completely white on the
Yes,
inside.
but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Yeah.
Incredible. It's a toughie that you don't have a photo. This would look very, very flashy in the papers. None of it says vigilante.
I tried to, but I only got a blur.
Ouch.
We can still work. Cop discovers new species in there. I know a good guy in La Majesté, but only after the École Supérieure people find him.
I see.
It needs to be white coats and glassware for this fly.
You're doing good here.
The killer
Perhaps only for a
had a
moment,
strong.
but
Actually,
still.
I shouldn't say that yet. I also started a
What
nightclub.
was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church.
Yeah, Yeah, and I discovered a hitherto unexplored intraphonetical phenomenon in there
That's
too.
great. Anthropognosis.
4 kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted.
It's not that okay. Get off this subject.
Anyway, we have a strong motive for him.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
Really?
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead. This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
Uh-huh.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He killed the merc in an act of jealousy.
Jealousy. I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years. Like 70-something.
A strange psychosexual fascination. The result of spending all this time in solitude on the islands of this bay. And trauma too. He himself gave a political reason. In his mind, he had killed an enemy combatant.
Yeah.
Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died. Right on the island. And 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that.
I did all I could. Every second was a struggle.
I've never doubted you can pull yourself together and work. In bouts. Bouts don't last. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It will pass. In time.
So what do you say? Want to take this hot shit
I
back?
don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude.
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody.
Wait,
Let's
I
go.
have a few questions before we go.
The man looks west, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who am I?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
Very
Well,
funny.
Obviously, you're not a gym teacher anymore, but
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside.
That does
Harry,
explain a lot.
It explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair.
The collection of found sportswear
The
I've
fact
amassed.
that you don't seem to know what homosexuality is.
I guess.
This guy, too. God, even this javelin-throwing freak here.
You said in Quran.
yes, you told Jim in Cool. I believe that's the term.
The smell of scuro is just...
When was
In
this?
your 20s or late 20s. You've
So
really
why did I
not
join the
just
RCM?
regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight.
Ah, that makes
I
sense.
knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym
So
teacher.
why am I like
It's
this?
not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over.
You really went with it, too.
Some chick
Dora
who?
something. Dora Inga.
Not Dora Dubois.
So we weren't even
No
married.
one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
When was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years.
6
Oh.
years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing, I think. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That
Who was she?
incredibly bangable.
Figures.
Extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous.
Yeah, I get it.
Pain.
Well, I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious.
Look, the sun.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several.
In other words, he's...
So am I a
heard
dirty cop
enough
working for La
about
Puta
the-
Madre?
No.
Alright.
Talks concluded.
So what kind of station is it?
Well, the bloody murder station.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just...
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
So, Torsen
Mac
McLean.
the Torsen and Chester
They are damn iconic, though.
Iconic?
Yeah, not like us. Too clinically.
And the Sea Wing.
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B.
There's also a lot of outside help
And
involved. Not only
prices?
Price? He's the son of the old Price.
He's one of the most highly regarded...
Somewhere under the curved roof of a
I
former
see.
silk factory, shaped like a ladybird, they speak of change.
Did
The
we
city.
recently shoot up a church?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been
shooting up churches never is. I was out of town.
What happened?
more enemies were hiding in a church. To the best.
Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
So I work in a bloody murder
Okay.
station.
It's not the bloody murder.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in River Shoal.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
So what will you do now?
First I will go back to my station and write
About what?
detective. We just stopped a small-scale war. Something I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready. Infiltrate.
Want to do that at Station 41?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers.
No, I mean investigate.
Work with Price? I'm
Would fit in. This truly came as a surprise to
Flattered. You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first.
Yeah, he's gonna come work with me. Sweet.
I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to.
I do like the sound of that.
He's
He's
really
recruited.
considering it.
Okay.
Good.
Let's go.
Fuck it, let's go.
Under the afternoon sky, the great district hums. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits. Torsen?
Yeah.
Yes. McLean? Yes. Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say
Yeah, he'll pull
Wonderful.
through.
Then can we please...
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, alright. Sweet. I finally finished this game. Nice. Quite the lengthy credits, aren't they? Alright, well, with that was Disco Elysium. Overall, wow, what a game. Yeah, I definitely did have quite a bit of fun with that. You know, it just feels so... How do I say? It's so... It's definitely unique among all the other RPG games I played. Yeah, and I especially like passing all those impossible dice rolls. Yeah, those are really fun. Yeah. I guess my main problem is it does start off pretty slow. But once you get into Wednesday, I think that's when the game starts picking up steam. Yeah, but overall, it's just a really good game. Yeah. I definitely recommend you check it out when you can. But yeah, with that, that's it for Disco Elysium. That's another game successfully finished on stream, so way to go me. So, yeah. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure to follow me on Twitch and follow me on Twitter. This VOD will be uploaded to my Pro YouTube channel where you can check out all my other VODs. Oh, and you should subscribe to my main channel, The Funny Crew. I've got a couple more things though, me and some buddies of mine. Oh, and join my Discord, it's pretty epic. But, yeah. In any case though, thank you all for watching and hopefully I'll see you again next time.